In today's video, I'll be talking about 5 things I believe every newcomer to Canada must know. So if you're a newcomer to Canada or you plan to come live here in the coming months, grab a pen and paper and learn from my mistakes. What's up guys? If you're seeing me for the first time, my name is Toby and I'm a Canadian who lives here in the city of Calgary. I make videos like this talking about life here in Canada and what I've experienced so far in my years of living here. It's going to be 5 years in January since I moved here. So I talk about life here in Canada, fun stuff. So if this is your kind of vibe, if this is what you like, if you plan to move to Canada in the future, or maybe you're just surveying around, you want to know what country to go to, and you want to see what Canada feels like, you want to subscribe to this channel, follow my page, follow my content here, and then, maybe you grab a thing or two. Thank you for doing so. So like I said, in January, it's going to be 5 years since myself and my wife moved to this country. And in this short time, we have seen a lot. So we've made mistakes, we've done things, the wrong way, we've learned the hard way. But I thought to make this video to talk about 5 key things I have learned over time. And it's my hope that newcomers to Calgary, people who plan to come to live here, will be able to pick a thing or two from these things and will be able to learn from my mistakes. Even if you know someone who's been here for a while, who moved to Canada for a while, and they tell you they've not settled, they are still trying to find their footing, send them this video and I'm sure they're going to appreciate it. So today I thought to talk about 5 things, but if you wait till the end, I'm going to add one bonus point, which is maybe the most important on this list. So stay till the end. So without wasting much time, I'm going to go straight to the point. The first thing I think everyone who is coming to Canada or who just landed in Canada should do is to build connections. I cannot overemphasize this. You need to build connections. I know you must have heard in other videos, you might have seen other people talk about it, that Canada can be a very lonely place. It can be depressing. If you hear like we have long winters, short summers, so it can be depressing. Like right now we're in the winter, so it gets dark like around 4:30 in the evening, 4:35, everywhere is already dark. So it can be depressing because if you don't build good connections, you're just by yourself. So the first thing I always tell people to do is to build connections. Go to church, go out, talk to people. I know this is going to be extremely hard for those of you who are extremely introverted. Like you want to be on your own. I know couples who, husband and wife, they don't even talk to themselves. They just use their phones. Some people are so comfortable just having their phone or maybe having Netflix, and then they can spend 2 days by themselves, not talk to anyone. I don't think this is good enough, especially if you are coming to a place like this where you need to actually interact with people. Interact with people from your race, from different races, from your background, different backgrounds. Just try to build that connection. It's going to help you on those days when you feel very lonely, on those days when you feel like you need to talk to a physical person, you need to make interactions. Those connections are going to save you. Build connections. The second thing I want to talk about is don't take unnecessary loans. Don't abuse the financial system. This is very, very important. You see, when you come to a new country, I remember when we just landed, we went to the bank and then they gave us $2,000 each on a credit card. That's free money. That's the way we saw it back then. So I could go on that same day to a store, buy clothes, buy shoes, and buy it's credits here. So they give you these credits and just for you to be able to make purchases when you don't have cash on hand. And what we've seen over time is I've seen people abuse this system. People take unnecessary loans. People use their credit cards anyhow. And then, the money is there. You use it anyhow. Please, if you're coming to Canada, just take note that you're going to have access to loans, you're going to have access to credit, but don't abuse these things because it can lead you into serious trouble along the line. I know someone who is currently owing maybe about 100,000 in credit card and loans and line of credit. So they give you all this money and then you think you have it, you then start to spend and you're not able to pay it back, and then it starts to accumulate. So don't abuse the financial system. Don't take unnecessary loans. I know Cybertruck is like a huge deal now. So like I'm seeing like Nigerian celebrities are buying Cybertruck and everybody is saying, oh, this guy get money. If I want to drive a Cybertruck today, all I need to do is to go to a Tesla store and show them my pay stub and show them my credit history, and then they're going to give me the car. I'll just keep paying every month. That's just it. So anybody, you can drive almost anything you want to drive here. You can buy almost anything, provided you have the finances to be able to pay monthly for it. But do not take these things if you don't need them. If they are not necessary, don't buy anything you don't need. Just live within your means. Maybe I put it that way. Live within your means. Don't take unnecessary loans. Don't abuse the financial system. The third thing I want to tell you is give yourself time. Give yourself time. Don't land here today and tomorrow you start to send money home. I know most people come here and then they come with the help of family and friends. We know, even the government knows. When I was coming also, I had help from my parents, I had help from family and stuff. I'm not teaching you in this video how to be akagom or how to be stingy. No, that's not what I'm teaching you. What I'm saying is give yourself time. It takes time to build. It takes time to immerse yourself in a new place, in a new environment. So don't think you're here today, you get a job tomorrow, and next tomorrow you have to start to send something home. No, that's not how it works. I know people who have been in this country for like 10 years now, like if they can't point at anything they have saved. And the crazy thing about living abroad is, if you've been abroad for about 10 years now, and then maybe something happens or maybe you go back home, these same people you've been trying to help or send money to are going to ask you, oh, so you've been in this country for 10 years, 20 years, you don't have anything in your savings. So give yourself time, pace it out. Maybe say, okay, in the first 2 years, in the first 3 years, I want to work, I want to save, I want to at least put my feet on the ground, I want to settle down. Then after then, you can start to, help. It's good to help people. You can start to help when you can. Have a budget for that also. Just give yourself time. That's the essence of what I'm trying to say. I'm not going to teach you how to do your finances or how to live your life or how to help people or not help people, but just give yourself time. Don't start sending money home from day one. The number 4 point I want to talk about is don't buy everything brand new. I know this is going to be hard for those of you who come into Canada. You're doing very well back home in Nigeria. You could buy everything brand new. You could pay cash for everything brand new in Nigeria. And then you come here. It's going to be hard for someone to tell you, oh, go to a thrift store or go to marketplace, go pick something used. But the truth of the matter is, like, if you can get a deal on something that is used and it's in a very, very good condition, excellent condition, why pay a premium on the brand new one of it when you can get it at a fraction of the price? Especially for immigrants, like, you're trying to save money here. For me, every time I'm looking for something brand new, I first of all go on marketplace, check if there is a very, very good used one. Some people receive gifts. So some people, for instance, you want to buy a wristwatch. Some people get, this is Christmas time now, some people get gifts of watches, and then because they already have one watch they are using, they put the other one for sale, and then they sell it at a reduced price. So always check for deals, always check for used stuff. Everything doesn't have to be brand new. Things are really expensive. You can save money. You can save a lot of money by buying used stuff. And this is not me saying go buy like wretched stuff or buy, no. Even clothes. Canadians love to thrift. They love their thrift stores. Is it back in Nigeria where I came from that people always frown on, like, you can't go out now to tell people, oh, I bought a used shirt. But here people tell you, oh, I went to a thrift store, I got a very good jacket at a very good deal. People tell you that, and these are people that are well-to-do, they have money. They choose to save their money by, buying used stuff. So don't buy everything brand new. Check the used stuff first before you, splurge that cash. And my number 5 point is immerse yourself in the culture. Become a true Canadian. Now you left Nigeria, you left everything you had to come live in this country. Just put those things behind for now and try to focus on living life as a new person. Live as a Canadian. I'm not saying forget your family and forget your friends. That's not what I'm saying. But immerse yourself in the culture. If they say winter, if they say, oh, we have winter sports, if they say we watch hockey, don't frown at everything. Canadians love their steak, they love their poutine. Try out these things, try out new things. Don't say, no, food will not get pepper and no fit chop. No. So you have to try out things. You have to become a Canadian. You have to think like a Canadian, talk like a Canadian, try to be like them, try to understand what they love, what they don't like. Try to talk like them, try to understand where they're coming from and stuff like that. Just become a Canadian, and then it's going to help you when you live here, when you interact with people, I know people who came from Nigeria here, and everything they want to do is like Nigeria. Oh, they must go to Nigerian church, they must go to Nigerian party, they must eat Nigerian food. You're in a new country, for God's sake. You're in a different land. Try out new stuff. You don't even want your kids to be this way too. You want them to have a little bit of Nigerianness in them and a little bit of Canadian in them. You don't want them to be just one way. So just immerse yourself in the culture, learn new stuff, try to be a Canadian. So if you remember, I said I have one bonus point I'm going to add, and for those of you who waited to the end, if you'll be coming to Canada, if you just landed in Canada, especially those of you who just landed, get life insurance as soon as possible. I cannot overemphasize it. As sad as it is to say, this year I know about 3 Nigerians here in Canada who passed on, who died. It's never a good thing, because nobody plans for these things. Life insurance is going to be that buffer if for any reason something happens to you while you're here, especially if you have a family, you know, life insurance is going to either pay them out or pay out your mortgage or give them a buffer so that something just doesn't happen to you and then your family is thrown into limbo. They don't know what to do or where to go or where to run to. Get life insurance. The reason why I'm saying this is one of the most important things on this list is because the older you get, the more expensive life insurance is. So while you're younger now, if you're maybe in your early 30s or you're under 30, it's even perfect if you're under 30, you're going to get a very, very good rate. The moment you start to get closer to 40, or the moment you get past 40, it starts to get really expensive, because the way life insurance is they feel like the older you are, the more likely you are to, die. So the younger you are, the less likely you are to die. So the younger people get lower rates, the older people get older rates. Please read up on life insurance. Get life insurance as soon as possible. It's very, very, very important. And the mistake I made was I waited for 4 years after I landed to actually get life insurance. I'm getting it at a way higher cost than I would have gotten it 4 years ago. That's a mistake I made. I don't want you to make the same mistake. Get your life insurance. So thank you so much if you watched this video. If you know anyone who will be coming to Canada or anyone who just landed in Canada, share this video with them. Please subscribe to this channel, turn on your notifications so you don't miss any of the videos I make. I'll be thinking of more interesting topics, more things to talk about. I'm wishing you guys a Merry Christmas in advance and a Happy New Year too. I think I still have one more video to drop before the year runs out. So I'll see you guys then. Until then, peace out. Bye.